Coming up on State of Events, find out which Bay Area native is throwing their hat in the ring for the 2020 presidential race.
And BART is increasing security so that passengers feel safer. Stay tuned.
Welcome to State of Events. I'm Nicole Gitsky.
And I'm Alexis Gonzalez. Let's get down to our top story. Bay Area Congressman Eric Swalwell has announced that he will be running for the presidency in the upcoming 2020 elections. Making him the 18th Democrat in the race, Swalwell interestingly announced his running during an interview with Stephen Colbert on The Late Show. Throughout the interview, the candidate talked about the key issues that inspired his running, with gun violence at the top of the list. Swalwell is hosting a town hall meeting today in Florida near the scene of the Parkland shooting, in which 17 individuals were killed, to talk about gun control. More than 20,000 people are expected to attend.
A person was struck and killed by a BART train at the El Cerrito del Norte station Monday morning. BART was forced to temporarily close the El Cerrito del Norte and Richmond stations, causing major delays along the Richmond line. The identity of the individual has not been released.
In an effort to make riding BART a safer experience, the Transportation Agency announced that it will be implementing a new safety and security plan. Hours and work weeks will increase for fare inspectors and police officers. More employees are expected to be seen on trains and platforms. The agency said that they are simply corresponding to concerns made by the riders.
The founder of cryptocurrency company Ripple has made a generous donation to his San Francisco alma mater. Chris Larson and his wife Lena Lamb have already donated $3 million in cash and have guaranteed his alma mater will make the difference up until the school has the promised $25 million. The donation is a digital-only currency. As of Friday, the value for the November donation came in for about 56 million XRP and has fluctuated since. San Francisco State is pending approval from the California State University Board of Trustees to name the university's College of Business the Lamb Family College of Business.
For those of you graduating this semester and are looking for some helpful advice on your future, Lisa Liverniak is in the studio with the Director of SF State's Career Services and Leadership Development, Orlando Harris. Lisa?
Did you know that there's 49 more days until graduation, including weekends, about 5 weeks until finals, and only 2 more days till SF State's Spring Career Fair? Yes, that's right, 2 days. Although it can be scary starting a new chapter in life, there is a community out there to help you prepare. With that said, I am honored to be here today with CSLD Director Orlando Harris. Thank you for coming, Orlando.
My pleasure. Thank you for the invite.
Of course. So it's April and thousands of students are graduating this semester. What are some of the events going on this month that can help them better prepare?
First thing I would tell them to do is relax. There's a community of people out there willing to help them. First thing they need to know is where we're located. We're in the Student Services Building, room 301. We're also available via web at csld.sfsu.edu. Now, Thursday, we have a career fair. We have 80 plus employers showing up. So if they're looking for a job, if they're looking for an opportunity, please come to the career fair. They can register via handshake on that for the career fair or show up and we'll register them on site. But in addition to that, even today, we're having another event where we actually teach them how to work a career fair. So not only are we providing the career fair, but we're providing information on how to best take advantage of the career fair itself. Additionally, there's a resume workshop. So all of those things they need to do in order to prepare, we have the resources available for them.
Awesome. And I know that there is a lot of students that are having success with going to the career fair. Can you tell me about an experience that someone had after the career fair and if they have a job now?
It's ironic that you asked me that because I'm wearing Warby Parker glasses. And one of the students, Warby Parker, came to one of our career fairs. I showed up at Warby Parker unknowing to pick out glasses, and he literally said, "You're my director."
Wow.
I got a job at the career fair here at Warby Parker. And so our students are all over the San Francisco Bay Area with those jobs, with those opportunities. But that's just one example. Another example is that we had idea of working with Wells Fargo, and today Wells Fargo now will hire our students for one of their most premier internship programs. And that's because of the work that the office is doing on behalf of our students.
That's awesome. And also, last thing, what should students start doing right now? I mean, graduation is next month, but what should they start doing to prepare, like as far as resumes, cover letters? I know you guys offer resume workshops and stuff like that.
We do, but if they don't know, come to the office.
Yeah.
We have walk-in hours every day from 10 to 11, but we also have walk-in hours from 2 to 3. They can either do that or go online and schedule an appointment with one of our career counselors. The main thing I will tell a student today is do not delay any longer.
Yeah.
Come to the office and allow one of the staff members to work with them.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Orlando. I appreciate you being here. That was very helpful.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much. And back to you guys at the desk.
Definitely some great tips to help us graduating students out. Next on State of Events, a new law in Brunei has sparked outrage in the LGBTQ community.
And find out why a high school mural in the Richmond district is up for debate. Stay tuned.
When it's time to choose healthcare for your teen, you want the best. When it's time for your teen's questions to be answered, you want a professional you can trust. At Valencia Health Services, your time is well spent. We provide professional, quality healthcare. Valencia Health Services, dedicating quality time to professional healthcare because your teen's health is our first priority. Valencia Health Services, quality time because we care.
Welcome back to State of Events. I'm Nicole Gitsky.
And I'm Alexis Gonzalez. Parents are pleading guilty to forming part of the college admission scandal. Among them is Felicity Huffman, who pleaded guilty for paying $15,000 to get her daughter assistance on the SAT. Prosecutors say she may be facing up to 20 years in prison. As of now, a final verdict has not been given for Huffman and the other defendants.
2 more Bay Area parents are expected to plead guilty in the college admission scandal. The Hillsborough couple has a daughter who allegedly was admitted to UCLA with falsified a soccer profile. Bruce and Davina Isaacson are accused of taking part in the recruitment scheme and the college entrance exam cheating scheme for both of their children. They supposedly were paying with shares of Facebook stock. They are also accused of taking a tax write-off for the payments. The parents have released a statement and are profoundly sorry and take full responsibility for their bad judgment. How has San Jose State University reduced stress for students and faculty? Karen Alicorn has more on the story.
Hi, I'm Karen, and I'm standing inside of San Jose State University's parking garage, where many students find themselves circling around for parking.
But thanks to ParkStash app, students are able to find parking. Described as the Airbnb of parking, ParkStash app allows students and faculty to book a spot from 30 hosts around campus.
Actually started with San Jose State because I, as a student myself, could not find a space in the garage even after paying for a permit, and I used to spend almost 30 minutes.
In partnership with San Jose State is promoting the ParkStash app on campus with banners and is also sharing occupancy statuses of its university garages.
And that really helps to plan our day ahead of time, because if I can know, okay, even before leaving for class, I can know that, okay, this garage is already full. I won't even waste my time going there. I could just park in a drive nearby.
I tried getting a hold of homeowners who lent out their driveways in the nearby neighborhood, but had no luck.
And so next week, on April 18th, we're actually meeting with all the parking management of all the CSUs.
Parks-App will make its way to San Francisco State University sooner than we think.
15,000 students are driving, but just 5,000 spaces. And if I look at San Francisco State, it's almost the same. You have 86% commuter population.
Our parking nightmare will soon come to an end. I'm Karen Lanotgon for State of Events.
A historic mural inside Washington High School inside the Richmond district is stirring controversy. The mural, titled Life of Washington, shows Black slaves picking cotton, white settlers being led by George Washington, and dead Indians. Some students and teachers believe that depictions are highly offensive and have asked for its removal, while others believe it demonstrates an important and very real part of history. Many petitions have been made for the mural's removal over the years and have failed, but school board president Siobhan Cook is determined to succeed. The school's alumni organization pledged to defend the mural and even threatened to sue.
A 73-year-old man in Oakland is dead after a fire broke out in his house Monday morning. Officials say the two-alarm fire broke out along the 1000th block of 16th Street. 5 people were able to escape. The fire has been contained since. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but the department believes the flames broke out in the bedroom the elderly man was found in.
A controversial new Islamic law in the country of Brunei has made people outraged. Reporter Samuel Chua has more on the story.
I'm at the Castro, one of the first LGBT neighborhoods in the United States, to get people's opinions on the recent implementation of the death penalty against gay people in the country of Brunei.
I think it's sad. I think it's barbaric. I think it's completely backwards, and it's really disappointing.
It is so stupid. It is inhumane. I cannot believe they even do this.
The country of Brunei is facing international outcry after implementing harsh Islamic laws that took effect April 3rd, punishing gay sex and adultery with death by stoning. Tiffany Coles, president of eGay, a SF State student organization that educates queer culture and community, reviews ways that we can bring this issue to light.
I think verbalizing, spreading the awareness of this is an issue, this is what's happening in other places, we need to be aware of that, and then mobilizing, showing our force, this is not okay, so protesting, marching, whatever it takes.
Students affected by this are able to seek support. Romualdo Godinez, director of the Queer and Trans Resource Center, says that their door is always open if there are students in need of someone to talk to.
The Queer and Trans Resource Center, as a resource for LGBTQ students, can provide and already does provide a peer-to-peer support group in regards to everyday struggles that they have. And if this is an additional stressor, they're more than welcome to attend. And that's just a way for students themselves to just feel a bit rejuvenated or have a space that they can feel comfortable in and brave enough to share their stories.
In San Francisco, Samuel Chua for State of Events.
President Trump has said you're fired to 3 more people from the Department of Homeland Security. The surprising decision came just 1 day after Security Christian Nielsen resigned. Among the removed are the head of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the Secret Service Director, and the department's General Counsel. As of now, no reports have been given regarding who will be replacing them. President Donald Trump has changed his plan to close the border last week after his advisors informed him on the economic impacts that a border closure would have on both Mexico and the United States. Here's Ashley Loeza with details on the impacts.
Thank you, Alexis. Now, the president says he will give Mexico a year to end the flow of illegal drugs into the country, and says that if Mexico does not cooperate, then he will put a tax on cars or close the border. We did report briefly last week on a few of the impacts that would occur if the border were to shut down, but let's take a closer look into Mexico's relationship with the United States. Mexico is the United States' second largest trading partner, and closing the border could have serious consequences on the economy, such as agriculture. The U.S. relies on Mexico for 60% of its produce, including bell peppers, squash, tomatoes, and avocados. The United States also imports more agricultural goods from Mexico than any other country, with $11.5 billion in fresh fruit and vegetables brought into the U.S. each year. A border closure could also stop car manufacturing within a week, impacting at least 1 million jobs. The U.S. auto industry sources 37% of its car parts from Mexico. The production of clothing, televisions, computers, and medical hardware would be also impacted, since these industries make their productions just south of the border or source materials from Mexico. Right now, you're looking at a map of the 24 ports of entry along the southern border that extend from Brownsville, Texas to Southern California. There are dozens of border crossings where close to 500,000 people cross bridges and custom checkpoints daily. Every day, an average of 120,000 commuters, 6,000 trucks, and 63,000 pedestrians use the border gateway, many to go to and from their jobs in the U.S. Now, these are just some of the many impacts that a border closure could have on the economy. And this has certainly not been the first time that the president has threatened to close it. And amidst all of this, Homeland Security Secretary Kristen Nielsen resigned from her position in the White House on Sunday. Tomorrow will be her last day as secretary, as she will be replaced by Kevin McClellan as the acting secretary. Back to you guys at the desk.
Next on State of Events, find out how a robot can cook you dinner.
And the Golden State Warriors played their last season game at the Oracle Arena. Stay tuned.
There are many important days in your child's life. Their first birthday, their first big game, their first day of school. Choosing the right school for your child sets them on a path for success. Apply on time. It's for your family's future.
No matter how much you give, every cent donated can turn into something useful. Take part in building homes. Take part in building hope. Habitat for Humanity, Greater San Francisco, building homes and hope in Marin, San Francisco, and the Peninsula.
Claudia is a pre-med student in search of a global health experience. She desires a program abroad that provides cultural immersion. Claudia wants a credible program that affirms her interest in the medical field. Most importantly, she seeks an international, community-based health program. Claudia finds herself with Child Family Health International. How will you distinguish yourself? Visit cfhi.org.
Hello and welcome back to State of Events. I'm Nicole Gitsky.
And I'm Alexis Gonzalez.
Want to see a robot make your food? Well, now you can at Creator in San Francisco. For just $6, which you can't beat, you can watch one make you a burger. The autonomous machine does everything from grinding the meat to adding specific toppings to each custom order. The interactive experience is for all ages alike and is topped off with a delicious burger. The saying of being in the right place at the right time couldn't be truer for one Giants fan. On Saturday, Steve King caught a foul ball not in a mitt or with his hand, but in the cup of his beer. He then chugged it accordingly. This is his first ever caught foul ball and one to remember. A great way to start off Giants home opening weekend.
The Golden State Warriors and fans began saying their goodbyes to the Oracle Arena on Sunday night. The Warriors played their final regular season game at the Oracle, bringing their 47th season run in Oakland to a close. The game against the Los Angeles Clippers ended 131-104 with the win going to the Warriors. If you did not attend or you missed the game, don't worry. The Warriors are scheduled to play at least 2 more games at the Oracle for the NBA playoffs. So I guess it's not goodbye just yet.
And now we have the Priest Report, where Zach will talk about the newest extreme sport. Zach?
Thanks, guys. There's a new sport in the works that will satisfy the daredevil in everyone, and it's called sky surfing, or wingboarding. The concept is simple. Thrill seekers will be towed behind an aircraft, much like wakeboarding, but instead of on water, you're being towed by an airplane 10,000 feet in the sky. The cutting edge sport is still being fine-tuned by an engineer named Aaron Wipnitsky, who lives in Alabama. The young entrepreneur has already created a small-scale prototype that worked well. After the prototype's success, Aaron took out a $275,000 loan to create the first wingboard, which will be the first full-size prototype. Aaron says that the rider will be equipped with a parachute in case of a fall off the board occurs. They will be able to float safely back down to the ground. He said that the inspiration for the sport came from his favorite childhood cartoon called Tailspin, where the character Kit Cloud Chaser would drop out of an airplane and ride the clouds on a board. Much like the cartoon, riders will be able to carve through the clouds by shifting their weight on the board from one side to the other. There is no set date for the first ride, but Aaron says if the prototype works out well, then he will be the first to try it. So if you're a thrill seeker like this engineer, make sure you stay on the lookout for this crazy sport to be official. And that's all I have for this week's Priest Report. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Zach. Oh my God, would you try that?
Sounds more like a jump to your death than anything. No way.
I don't even do roller coasters. I don't know. So, did you guys know that it's National Cone Day?
It is at Ben & Jerry's from noon to 8 today. You can get a free cone.
But does it come with the ice cream?
We hope so, or why would we go?
I know, right? So that's all we have for this week's State of Events. To stay updated with all things Gator news, follow us on our social media platforms.
And visit us at our website at stateofevents.net. I'm Nicole Gitsky.
And I'm Alexis Gonzalez. We'll see you next week.